Adventures in Google Ads, story number 6. So I was referred over to an HVAC company, and they asked me about just looking at their current Google Ads campaign and just to tweak it and let them know what's going on with it and everything. So we set a time and I get there, and the problem that they're having is that they just had an employee quit on bad terms, and this employee had set up the Google Ads campaign himself and was running it. And I guess he was spending around $5,000 a month, which isn't much for an HVAC company in a highly populated area where they're at. But they were freaking out because they couldn't tell if it was working or not. They had no access to it, and they had just trusted him to set it up. So this is a big problem because Google Ads is connected to the bank account, and it's hitting their bank account every $500 worth of clicks. And this is happening pretty often, and they just wanted to gain control of it. So we dug through his computer, trying to find where he might have access. And so finally, he did have something in the mail from Google that had like part of his account number. So I had, been talking to people at Google for a while. They assign employees to campaigns, and you meet with them and stuff. So when you find a good one, so first lesson, you want to have like the owners should have manager access to the Google Ads account. If you're an owner and you don't, you need to have your employee add you, then log in and make sure you can see everything. Okay. Then you should have another person like a manager or someone higher up also have access so they can see everything. Manager access, admin access, and billing access. You can have access to the account without having access to the billing portion. Lesson number 1, super important if you're managing kind of a big operation and you're distracted by all the aspects of managing a business. Might want to nip this in the bud pretty quick. I've seen this a lot. So I emailed this guy at Google because you don't get their direct phone number really, and he emailed back after about 5 minutes, and I had asked him, hey, can you help this guy get access? And he's like, yeah, I need proof that he's actually with that business. So we hopped on a phone call, did a screen share, showed him like the business license, the IRS tax document, all the stuff he asked for, emailed over a picture of his driver's license. It was pretty extensive. Google doesn't just say okay and give you access to a Google Ads account that you're not associated with at all in their system. So we got him associated. We got the other guy taken off of there. It took about 30 minutes of our time because Google, they can't just do this just because somebody says so. So we get there. So we log in. We're looking at it. His employee had set it up, and he had done a basic maximize clicks campaign, bidding on some decent keywords, but his location targeting was for the entire United States. Well, this particular HVAC company didn't want to travel more than 50 miles outside of their city, so they were blowing clicks all over the place, wasting most of their money. So we spent about 2 more hours fixing it and tweaking it. But this particular person learned Google Ads extremely quickly, probably one of the quickest I've ever seen. And he took notes and he remembered everything. And of course, he's driving the computer, driving the mouse and the keyboard, and I'm talking and pointing and explaining what every button and every switch means in the Google Ads campaign. But the main lesson here is make sure the employee running it is someone that you trust, and it's easy to be fooled, I know. And make sure all the people that are higher up have some kind of either admin access or viewing access to be able to go in there, and make sure that the higher ups are also getting the emails from Google and getting the emails from the Google rep. You want to have a relationship with Google in case one of your employees finds something better, or you find out the employee isn't what you thought they were. You at least have some control. I do remember they were bidding on words like Texas, and they were bidding on city names without having the word HVAC attached to it. So they bid on HVAC, then the next line they bid on Frisco, then the next line they bid on Dallas, and it was like, it was definitely some beginner mistakes in there that was costing them a ton of money. And so yeah, we got them set up and fixed, but those are the main lessons with that little story there. So yeah, if you need help setting up your campaign and learning how to manage your own, or if you want me to manage it for you, give me a call. Set Free Agency, Chris Guidry.